Hello, everybody. How are y'all? I'm going to get in trouble. It's been a day that I have gotten in trouble a bunch. Have I gotten in trouble a bunch today since you've been home?
No.
I haven't?
No.
You sure?
Why would you have gotten in trouble?
We got, I don't know how many of y'all, I know some of you are probably still coming on. But our last video, y'all probably caught, we talked about doing a little bit more vlog style stuff. And in that, we had a little bit of discussion about the cornbread. Mm-hmm. We did. Many people agreed with NikkiT because she always wins. And did you win that argument?
I did.
Was it an argument?
It really wasn't an argument. It was just Rev had on his selective hearing that day.
Can I bring out what actually took place?
But you have to tell it right.
I'll tell it right. If I don't tell it right, you will correct me. Correct?
Yes, I will.
Yes, you will. She did say everything she said about making 2 pans of cornbread.
I did.
She did. Making 2 pans of cornbread. You know, I was thinking she was going to do thick cornbread, which we normally do. And I said, hey, how about let's get cookie sheets and do thin cornbread. I like thin, crispy cornbread.
Yep.
So we agreed to that.
Yep.
But because I went cookie sheet, I was making sure she wasn't going to do like half a cookie sheet of cheese and jalapeno and then the other half just regular cornbread. And I wanted to make sure we had enough. So I said, we still need to do 2 pans of cornbread. Let's talk about the
logic of that train of thought you just stated.
Finish it.
How would it be logical to do half a pan and not have all the batter mixed together on a cookie sheet?
Well, see, I didn't know you was going to pre-mix the jalapenos. Sometimes when we do the jalapenos and the cornbread things,
that's
you pour a little batter.
We're not doing a muffin. We're going to do a muffin.
I did not understand.
I don't even know how we got here.
Yeah, I don't know how we got here either. We just brought this up. We're talking about frustrating. No, it wasn't frustrating. But we did share that with y'all in the last video that we put out. We thank y'all so very much.
For watching. Where are you going with that?
Yeah.
You just kind of ran.
Yeah, I was going, and then I started reading the comment over here, and it was like, zoo, squirrel.
Like
I saw Rev and wedding, and it's windy. We'll get there in just a minute. I didn't know where that was going, but
I didn't know where you were going. You started talking and just like quit.
I've got my coffee.
Can we say hey to some people?
Hey, y'all. Yeah, we're going to do that.
Hey, Richard.
This rascal, he needs a prize. He's first in here, I do believe, every single time. Either he or Leroy. I mean, one of those two are going to be first. Yep. So, Richard, good to see you, brother. Yep. Here's brother Ray. Hello, hey. Mr. Sandala. Good to see you.
Stephen Perry.
Hello, Stephen Perry. Good to see you. He said here he didn't realize that Richard's name was Ford Pinto spelled backwards. Yep. I'll be honest with you, I didn't have a clue what his name was until he said that.
Dr. Flip.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, what does that mean? But now Ford Pinto backwards, I get it, and that's all I can see now. So I appreciate you saying that. Oh, man, y'all.
Hey, Leroy.
Hey, Leroy. We had an opportunity to worship with Leroy. He surprised us at the church that I pastor on last Sunday morning.
Yep.
I get there early, like hours early, and was going through everything I do on Sunday morning, and I saw this red transit van in our parking lot. I didn't think anything of it, just thought somebody was just parking there for a moment.
I didn't think anything of it either. We pulled in, me and the kids, a little bit later, and they looked over and looked into the van, and they actually thought it was another young man that comes every now and then. They were like, oh, that's Jamie. And I looked over there and I was like, oh my gosh, that's not Jamie. That is Leroy.
And Leroy, I just remembered, I still haven't gone back into our choir room and got all of that bubble wrap yet.
Oh my gosh.
So I've got like a 7-foot round, big old thing. Leroy brought us some bubble wrap, and it's like bubble wrap for days.
Yeah, we won't have to buy bubble wrap for a long time.
And I just bought 4 rolls of the big rolls. So now we have 4 rolls of big and then 1 roll of like colossal big. So Leroy, it was great that you brought all that stuff and all the little goodies you brought for us, but it was even better than that to get to meet you.
Yes.
And to worship.
It was an awesome surprise that morning.
Yes, it was. I think we have someone coming Sunday as well, right? Amy?
I don't know if it's this Sunday or next.
I think she sent me a message earlier. I think Amy's Epic Stuff.
Yes.
I believe is what it is. I think she's actually going to visit with us on this upcoming Sunday.
Okay. See, I was getting my dates mixed.
So that's awesome. Awesome. Let's see. Rev, when reselling gets frustrated, time to work on old pudding. I resell today because old pudding's what made me frustrated. But we'll be there in just a minute. Chris Perry.
Smells like old pudding.
Oh my, that's a good smell, ain't it, baby? Might get some sugar tonight, y'all.
Rachel Smith, hey.
Hey, Miss Rachel, one of my favorite teachers. Good to see you. Here's another brother that we get to worship with often. Hey, Tony, good to see you, man.
They went and saw some awesome Christmas lights tonight.
Cool. Yeah, I did. It just jumped.
You jumped big time.
We did get to see those lights. Howdy.
Hey, Brandon.
Hey, Brandon, good to see you.
Hey, Kim.
Hey, Miss Kim. Here's Wendy.
Hey.
Hey, Wendy, Miss Jane Lord, good to see you.
Evening. Little Debbie in the house. Hey.
Here's
always love jalapeno cornbread.
That jalapeno cornbread. Oh boy, it was awesome.
Jalapeno cheddar.
She mixed just regular cornbread mix, and then she cut up some jalapenos and put in some cheddar cheese. And I'm gonna tell y'all what, it was good. But you get to eating on it, and every now and again you get one of them seeds, and it will light you on fire. But it was good. Wendy, I
skip right over Southern Yankee.
Oh yeah, I was getting. I'm sorry. You want to say that?
Hey.
Look at here. It says Reb performed my first wedding last night.
She performed her first wedding.
Oh, okay. I was looking at Reb. Okay, I was thinking.
Y'all give him a minute. He was smelling fumes today.
Wendy, that is awesome. I hope it went well. I was not reading it that way. I thought she was saying that I performed her first wedding last night, and I was thinking, no, I don't think.
I don't.
That's where I was going, Wendy. But congratulations.
Not where she was going.
I hope it went well. I can remember a lot of those first funerals, first weddings, first baptism, first sermon.
Yeah.
My first sermon, I think I had 4 sermons prepared. I got up in the pulpit and I thought, these sermons are going to go. And I was through with all 4 of them in 7 minutes. And I was telling them everything I knew about Jesus. But Wendy, I hope it went well. And I'm sure it did.
Miss Annie.
Hey, Miss Annie, good to see you.
2 dudes picking. Hey, they're from the good old state of GA.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. What's going on, my resale peeps? Good to see you, brother. Got another good Georgia boy. Yep, here's Sean. Mr. Bargain Resale.
Hey. Adventure with the Hudsons. They got to go to the auction at Jeremy and George's, which was awesome.
Yeah, we got to eat with them, and they got to go buy some of their stuff. We actually saw that some of the video, and Jeremy was talking about that. I think y'all were able to pick up some stuff. Yeah. Jeremy and George, some awesome people, and we know the Hudsons are as well. Everything's better with cornbread. I do agree with that assessment. Tim, how's it going, brother?
Hey, Tim.
Mr. Sadie is so true. Hello, Rev and Rev's much, much, much better half and friends. I do agree, Mr. Sadie. I'm married up and got lucky, and I don't want her to figure it out. So we're gonna leave it there.
Gina, key lime kisses.
Hey, Miss Gina, good to see you.
Hey.
Oh, it jumped again.
Jumping. Let's see. Bubble wrap like a roll of hay. Yep.
Where's it at?
Southern Yankee Flipper. Bubble wrap like a roll of hay. Pretty much.
Woo! It was. It wouldn't even fit in my little church fiesta. I mean, I couldn't get it in. I said I'm gonna have to bring my truck, and then I have forgotten to take the truck. And when I go into the office, I'm going down the hall, and I don't look in that room. So I need.
Sorry to all the fellas in here. I call it man eyes. When you open the fridge, hey, where's this? And it's right there.
Or see the overflowing trash and think, I'll take it out tomorrow. I'm gonna act like I didn't see that.
Trent, Thrifty Pickers in the house. Hey, hey.
Real, let's keep the chat PG. That sugar will get you every time, brother. It might be shorter.
Right after that comment. There you go. Thrifty Pickers, Trent. Hey, hey.
Hey, Trent. Good to see you, brother. Check your heat flange on your exhaust rev. Sorry, wrong channel. I thought of that too. I actually took some different things today on that side. Somebody else has told me maybe, that flange on the exhaust. Man, I don't know what that was in my shirt. The donut, I call it a donut, that flange, but I'm going to keep looking. Hopefully we'll find it before long. Miss Jane said she'd love to hear me preach sometime. Miss Jane, if you go to, if you go on Rev Resell, you go on the YouTube channel, you go to the banner. On the banner, it's got a Facebook where you can click on Facebook. It'll go to my personal Facebook page. And on that personal Facebook page, we try to share our Sunday morning worship services on that Facebook page. Yeah. Just about every week. So there's a sermon or two on there, Miss Jane, if you're just got an inkling to hear me preach. Yeah. I'm going to be singing this Sunday. So did you know you're going to be singing this Sunday?
No, I did not.
We are. Nathan, what's up, brother? Good to see you.
Hey, hey.
Wendy says, now we're back to it.
Yes, it went well. I took your advice and wrote it out and read from the notes. The video is on IG. Awesome.
Oh, we'll have to look at that. But you're right. That's the best thing is to, have it down because my brain don't always work. So not writing it down didn't work for me. Thank you for your great words. Everyone, this couple is highly blessed. They have a great family on and off YouTube. Thank you so very much for everything. Leroy, you're a blessing, brother. Yeah. You are a blessing to have opportunity to see you and look forward to worshiping with you again.
Dan Anterman, my brother from another mother in the house.
What's up, Dan?
It's a good evening. I like telling dad jokes. Sometimes he laughs.
Yep.
Ashley Deloach in the house.
Where's that? There's Miss Ashley. Good to see you. I was just all somewhere else.
Uncle Bubba DJ.
Nathan's nickname used to be Cornbread. I think there's a story in there somewhere.
Probably is.
Douglas, we missed Uncle Bubba.
Uncle Bubba.
Hey, Uncle Bubba. Hey, Brother Douglas.
Hey, hey.
Good to see you. Man eyes, I will remember that. My husband will lay something on the counter right above where the trash can is.
I call him Man Eyes. When he'll call me in, where's this? And I'll go right to it. He's just kind of look right over.
See, I don't have to put out the energy to look when you know right where it's at. Yeah. See how that works?
He's already looked right where it was and just didn't see it.
But see,
Man Eyes.
I just want to let you know how important you are that I can't even go get the milk in the refrigerator without your help.
Yeah, I told him, I said, you know what? There's going to be one day I'm just going to pack up and leave for a week just see how y'all can make it. Just for a week.
I'm going to let y'all in on something. If NikkiT goes on a vacation, Rev is going on a vacation. I mean, it's that's just the way it is. I don't even know how to make my coffee. Now, y'all may think that's a joke. Is that a joke? I can't make it right. I can't.
Infamous Stacker in the house. Hey, hey.
Hey, Infamous Stacker.
Brandon said he can tell you what's wrong with pudding. It's a Ford.
Oh, Lord. He done went there. He's an Alabama fan and a Chevy fan. Oh, Lord. And I still like him. I still like him. That's so true. NikkiT posts those on Facebook. She does.
Let's see.
Whoa, it jumped again. Let's go here.
Let's see. Who we missed? Marie in the house.
Dan actually put our church page. Yes. That's our church Facebook page. You can like it, and it's there live every Sunday morning at 11 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. Marie in the house. Philly Pickers. Joe in the house.
Marie, I'm so sorry. That's 2 weeks in a row I've skipped Marie, and it has not been intentional. I can promise you it's not been intentional. It's just been me.
Hey, Joe.
There's Joe. Philly Picker. Good to see you.
Hey, James.
Here's Brother James. Good evening. Good to see you, brother. Yep. I still have not cooked a steak on a cast iron. If y'all haven't gone and seen that video, it's a smoky video, but boy, that steak looked good, James.
We don't really have a cast iron.
We'll get one. I have heard that's the best way to cook a steak. burn it on one side, burn it on the other, and put it in the oven, and it'll be perfect. I can't wait. Can't wait to try it. Oh, let's see.
I saw somebody driving with Jeff, new to the chat.
Where's that at?
Right there.
Did I just driving with Jeff?
Hey,
What's
hey.
up? Hey, man.
I wonder if he's from.
If you're from Restoration, welcome to Rev Resell. We're grateful to have you.
Hey.
Grateful to have you hanging out with us. If you can't make coffee, then someone has to make it for you. Rev is a smart man. I appreciate you for understanding my sentiment.
Yes. That's the card he likes to play. Is I don't make it as good as you do.
You don't. I mean, that's the true fact. I'm not even trying to get one over on you on that one. That is most certainly the truth.
Don't slurp that coffee.
I just about did until you said it. All right, y'all. We want to talk about something that is near and dear to my heart, at least near and dear to my heart today. I'm going to turn it a little bit. Get me more centered up so everybody. Oh, now I got it too far. Get it. Oh.
Jeremy says everything tastes better when George makes it. I think y'all share the same sentiment.
Man, you were where's Jeremy at? That's right. Everything, that's so true, man. There's just something about when our sweet women.
Because you don't have to.
Not only because we're lazy. I mean, I'm late. Not only because of that.
Let's do some marriage 101 here. What is the reason it tastes better?
Because you so sweet. I mean, she knows how to stir it.
Sure.
Oh, y'all hear how I said she knows how to stir it.
Sure.
That's true. Getting ready for bed. Glad I caught you. Driving with Jeff, man. Thank you, brother.
Yes.
Thank you for stopping in. Good to have you hanging out with us.
Thank you for coming in. OSP in the house.
Where's OSP? There he is. He's got that new that new little picture. I do like it. I just about missed it. From Restoration and back again. What's up, man? That was a tough video today. We're going to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I got home today, and you could tell he'd been filming on old Puddin'.
Oh, my. Just had a little bit of time. Got oil on my shirt. What I did and wanted to do didn't happen. Did we already said hey to Annie?
Yes.
Hey,
no,
Annie.
not that Annie. Hey, Annie. There's two Annies in here.
See, I was right on that one.
He was right.
He was right. Let's see here.
Dan says the wives make it with love, special ingredient. So what do y'all cook with?
We cook with just grills and sausage. I mean, I just I burn stuff.
Y'all grill with just not wanting to?
Yeah,
aggravation.
We do. Yes, dear. Two most amazing words I've learned. Yes, dear. You are so smart, James. Wisdom right there, folks. Wisdom. So where were we at? What were we talking? Frustration.
Near and dear to your heart.
Near
and dear to your heart.
Near and dear to my heart is today. I got a little sideways because I don't know if y'all are this way. I like things to go the way I want it to go. Now you tell them the truth, NikkiT. If something don't work like it's supposed to, and it's not easily fixed to made work like it's supposed to, what happens? What happens with me? You can be honest. You ain't got to be afraid because we're on YouTube. I don't like it.
It gets a little.
Hold on now.
Let's say aggravated.
Yeah, okay, aggravated. That's a good word. Grouchy. Oh Lord, she done went a little. She done crossed the line. It does. I don't know why. I just because in my head I've got a million things going because I'm still trying to solve that problem. And because I'm something's not working right, I'm trying to figure it out. It's kind of like that becomes the sole focus of what's going on, and it's hard for me to move on because I'm still back here trying to solve the issue. And sometimes that frustration of something not working can ruin the rest of the day. That's
a good word, ornery.
Who in the world, ornery?
Southern Yankee flipper, ornery.
Come on now.
Ornery Rev.
That's exactly right.
Yeah,
it happens. That is a good word.
Like today, it was like you could poke him with like when you.
And that's what happens when you poke me. I hiss like an old cat. James says nothing ever goes as planned. I always turn it over to God. That is so true. Yep. I tried today, and he laughed at me, and he was like, "No, brother, this one's yours. I ain't handling this for you." He didn't say that. But that is today. It didn't go well. And And that's why I wanted to have the topic. There's sometimes that reselling and life and working on old trucks or whatever it may be can sort of get us sideways and we can get frustrated.
Yeah. Two dudes picking said ornery is his least favorite words.
Ornery is my least, one of mine too. But it sure enough, it sure enough comes out.
Trenton has a good point. It's okay to be angry. Just be careful how you handle it.
So true. Anger and being disappointed and things like that. It's always how we, how we portray that.
Sometimes it can be a little comical. When Rev was putting together a swing set for our kids when they were
She was watching through the window and laughing.
I was laughing because he was almost had it together and had like 3 parts left. And all you saw was he actually had the instructions. I know. He was looking at the instructions.
Them instructions was horrible.
Looking at the pieces, and his head went like this, like 4 times. Next thing you know, you see him pick up the piece of the swing set and just go, boop, and it goes flying across the yard.
I was done with that piece. I was like, Actually, what happened is the post had holes and supposed to had holes drilled on the bottom so you could anchor that booger down to the ground. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't find no holes. You know why? Because they were on the other end of the swing up top.
Yeah.
So let me tell y'all how I engineered this. I went and got my drill and I said, after I chunked it and thrown it, that's what I needed to do to get my frustration back under control.
It was funny.
I went and got it and fixed it. But here's a word. I know we're using testy, ornery, sideways. All of these type words is what I'm seeing in the chat, and it is true, all of these words, but I get short-sighted. That's what I put down in my notes. I've got all kind of notes, and we're going to talk about some of the notes in just a minute. But I get so short-sighted because all I see is the issue. I miss the forest because of that little pesky mosquito. That's a tough word to say when you're drinking coffee.
No, that's mosquito.
You're not the. No, you're not.
You said mosquito and pointed at me.
Sometimes. No,
why
I'm just
are you
kidding.
pointing at me?
But you're right. There are times I'm gonna move on from that before I get in trouble. But things that happens, we get frustrated, and sometimes one simple, small frustration, if we allow it to, can ruin the rest of our day, maybe even the rest of our night, whatever it may be. I mean, it can just makes it really, really difficult when we get frustrated. So,
see, Jane says you did.
Where Jane said what?
That you pointed at me.
I didn't accident. It was what's the word I'm looking? You're not a mosquito, baby. There's no doubt. But there are things like that happens in our life. Y'all see how I'm moving on, and we can get short-sighted. As YouTubers, I know I look at a lot of them on here. Let's see who all. Probably a lot of these on here also have reselling YouTube channels. YouTube and filming and videoing when you're frustrated usually does not make good content. It usually becomes an issue that is something that's not enjoyable, and it's not enjoyable to watch when we get frustrated. And having something else to do while you're frustrated, it's not good.
OSP said he's a stress eater.
Yeah, just go get some Doritos. That's right. I've been there. It's and we're going to talk about that. I've actually got some banners, and
he's even got banners.
Yeah, look at here. How to overcome frustration. Now, y'all are here for the chat. We're almost 25 minutes in on the chat. I did this for me. Now, this may not be for anyone else except good old Rev, but I want to share it with you because it may be a help to you. NikkiT, you never get frustrated, right? No, Angel. I mean, if she let her hair pulled her hair up, you'd see the wings back there. I mean, just angelic and never gets frustrated.
Yep.
I do get frustrated. So how to overcome frustration. You ready for number 1?
Sure.
Read it for me.
Think about the end goal and not the pothole.
Whoo, that sounds like a preacher right there.
Your poet didn't know it.
And a poet didn't know it. Think about the end goal and not the pothole. Now, y'all think with me on that one. Think about the end goal, not gold. Gold could be the end goal, could be gold, and not the pothole. I think for me, so many times the pothole becomes the focus, and I think about the pothole, and a lot of times all you got to do is keep on driving. I mean, if you're so worried about the pothole, you're going to get hung up and not be able to see what the destination is. That's what frustration does to me. If I get so hung up on the pothole and complaining about the pothole and fussing about the pothole and wishing the pothole wasn't there, trying to fix the pothole, sometimes I forget that there's an end goal that I need to be reaching for. And is that good advice?
I think so. I mean, I think it also applies to not just everyday life, but I mean, you can't even apply it to reselling. I think there's days that reselling becomes frustrated when sourcing doesn't go like you think it should, or the listing is just not something you really want to do, or you're dealing with, unfortunately, one of those buyers that is just kind of what we see as a pain.
Yep. That's a great pothole. NikkiT has brought it up. I think one of the potholes that we can have in reselling is buyers. Now, if there was not buyers, we wouldn't be able to resell. There are some bad buyers out there. There are some of those Nancys and Karens. If your name's Nancy or Karen, I apologize. But there's some that are picky and difficult, and they can be a pothole. They can be something that you get so focused in on of trying to resolve whatever issue it may be. And most of the time, it's a $10, $15 profit item, and you just need to keep rolling because that's not the end goal. Give them that $15 profit and say deuces and move on.
Yeah.
You agree? Yeah. Mr. Sadie said, I used to get frustrated very easily, but after having 6 granddaughters, I learned patience and calm. I am sure you did.
Imagine.
I've got one daughter, and she came in during my frustrated stage this afternoon, and she said, I want you to breathe. She was like, woosah, woosah. And it was not helping my frustration. It was not helping. Nathan said, I'm lazy when it comes to making a video. I get excited, and then I lose momentum to keep it up. Also, finding time is a problem. Yes. You're right. It can
be tough
for all of us. YouTube can be difficult and frustrated.
James Cali Picker doesn't believe I have wings. He said it's getting deep.
I'm not going to say a word, brother. She's close.
Southern Yankee says
that is a statement I use all the time. This too shall pass.
Tickle the buyer with kindness. They hate it. A lot of times, yeah.
You're exactly right. A lot of times I just, I just say, I'm sorry you've had this issue. Either start a return. If it's cheap enough, I'll just say, hey, I'm going to refund you money and move on. For every trial in life, put it on the scale from splinter to brain surgery. It's not brain surgery or very close to it. Let it roll off your back. That is so true. We're going to kind of hit on that in just a minute, too. I had one of those today. Took an hour or more to make a sale. Yeah. Woo! Yep, those are those can be tough.
And I think a lot of times, a lot of resellers, when you talk to them, that's one of their biggest issues and frustrations, and even to the point where some of them, talk about potentially even walking away because of dealing with bad buyers or scammers, and they get hung up on that frustration.
There are a lot. When I say a lot, if we probably could go back over the last 5 years and look at YouTube resellers and those that have been successful enough to start YouTube channels and to talk about reselling, there is a bunch of those that no longer do either. By choice, by frustration, whatever it may be, and it becomes so difficult that they actually move on and do something else. So I think it's good for us to be able to deal with our frustrations because nothing in life is going to go without there being frustration. I mean, it's just the way it is. I'm a minister. I serve I serve a group of people that's from 100 down to, very, very small, and every age in between and every situation in between. So there's so many things in life that can be frustrating, and we just need to learn how to deal with it. Think about the end goal and not the pothole.
Yeah.
I'll make a shirt.
Oh my goodness. Douglas said he has 3 daughters and 8 granddaughters.
Wow. You're a blessed man. I was frustrated all day yesterday. Received my first review that wasn't positive. I've been a smoker for years, and it's easy to forget how bad it smells to other people. Item smelled like smoke. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so true, man. And that's all you can do, Stephen. There's probably nothing you can do to change that person's mind. I don't even think eBay is actually going in and taking any of those feedbacks, even the feedbacks and reviews that are left that are actually wrong. It's just one of those things that we just have to deal with. So move on. That's easily said.
Harder to do.
It can be very difficult to do. Think about the end goal and not the pothole. You ready for number 2?
Sure. Allow past experiences to push you forward.
Have you ever been frustrated before?
Yes.
Have you gotten over that frustration?
Yes.
Many times, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we all have.
Yes.
We need to allow those past experiences. History is the best forecaster of the future. So if you are dealing with a frustration today that you probably have had before, look back on that and realize that frustration really wasn't that big of a deal. That
if you really think about it, a lot of frustrations we have only have the power we give it.
Woo, that'll preach, girl. You gonna write that in my sermon for Sunday?
It'll cost you.
It'll cost me, yeah.
Not free.
It is. That's so true. Whatever we give the energy to, that which frustrates us can actually, and we're going to talk about that in one of the points in just a minute, but that is true. But we need to remember our past experiences. We have been able to get over it. We have been able to maneuver past those. And because of that, it is wise for us to realize that we can move over and we can get past whatever the one we're on now.
Hi, Stormy Finds.
Hey, Stormy. Good to see you.
eBay told me that they no longer remove feedback even if the seller did not deserve the feedback. Wow.
That is just...
It seems unfair.
That's so true. I mean, it's just so... I mean, I'm scratching my head on that one. I don't understand why. I don't understand why eBay does that. That makes no sense to me. But I'm not surprised, and I've heard that too. But remember, always, if you want to know what's going to happen in the future, a lot of times look in the rearview mirror and you're going to find out. So things that have happened in the past usually repeat themselves. Most things that get us frustrated today probably got us frustrated a week ago. So remember, we got over it a week ago.
Yeah. Like I said, it's one of those things. I think it only gives you, it only has the power you give it. We take molehills and turn them into mountains with doubt and fear. Absolutely 100%.
All right. On that note, read this one.
Realize that the pothole is rather small.
Most potholes are not big enough to cause us any trouble. Most potholes are rather small. And we're going to talk about that they're rather small. We're going to point that out in just a minute.
Recent case in point.
All right, read it.
Philly Picker says, was just frustrated for the last half hour. I just sold an item that I ran out of and now need to cancel the order. There's no one to blame but me.
Joe, you're not in this by yourself, brother.
No.
One of two things you can do, and it's completely up to you. You can go and find somebody else that has it. Tell that buyer, hey, look, man, I need you to ship it here or whatnot. You can tell your buyer that, or you can just cancel the order. Either way, I think it's difficult. We've all done it. I've done it. It's not good. It's not fun. It's not enjoyable. It can be frustrating. But look what old Richard said right here. Life is full of frustrations. It's about how you deal with it that makes you who you are.
Yep. 100%.
So true. Chris, we're going to be back to that in just a minute, brother. Mountain is on one of my things in just a minute. But realize the pothole's rather small. Yeah. I think most of the time, now there are some times that pothole is rather big, and it may be big, but even a big pothole is something that either can be repaired or gotten around. Right?
Yeah. Yep.
You agree?
I agree.
All right. Glad you do. You want to go to the next one?
I like, Wendy said NikkiT as a teacher deals with lots of frustration.
Time out. Nikki, and we don't. There may be somebody from our area that's here. NikkiT has actually worked in a classroom yesterday, I believe, that had some very difficult youngins. And she came home and she whooped both of my children just because she felt like whooping somebody.
No, I did not.
She didn't. She didn't whoop both of my youngins. She whooped me though. I mean, it was just she didn't do that either. But there are times that teaching can be very frustrating.
Yes, to say the least. Hey, Papa Sticks.
Hey, Papa Sticks. Good to see you, brother. Long time no see. But every time I see you and your wife's picture, it always puts a smile on my face. Yep. Joe says, just found one. Looks like I'm going to drop ship. Wish me luck.
There you go.
A lot of times I just tell the truth to whoever I'm buying it from, and usually goes off without a hitch. Yep.
Take a deep breath and understand just how blessed we really are before complaining about petty things. Yes.
So true.
Yes.
Mr. Sadie, I believe most of the time the things that we get frustrated about are petty. Most of our arguments. You agree? We didn't get no argument. We got to discussing about pans of cornbread the other day. I mean, NikkiT got sideways. She was like, "I don't want to be on the video." Right. She didn't.
Now he's telling stories.
But you're right. It's most of the time it's just petty stuff. It's just little petty stuff.
About the cornbread.
Hold on. Here's one. Here's the fourth way to deal with frustrations. What does that say?
Do something different. Man,
just move on. Just figure something else out to do. Go. Man, we got games on our phones now. I got a new one I just picked up called nanograms. I don't know if y'all ever done nanograms. They make you think a little bit. I like nanograms. So there's times when I get frustrated about something, I'll pull out my phone, play a little game for a few minutes, and get my mind on something else. What else? What else do we do? Do something different. You tell me, go wash the dishes. If you're frustrated, go wash the dishes. Whatever it may be.
Funny. That's a dad joke right there.
That's a dad joke. That's so true. But isn't that a good idea? If there's times you get frustrated in reselling.
Did you do something different today on
No, I didn't. I got so hung up, I didn't even think of my own advice. I should have. I did do something different. I did.
Brandon says, go smoke some meat. Yes.
Yes, that would be a good one. Just man, go find something to eat, and that is.
Mr. Sadie said my wife thought she was wrong once, but she was mistaken.
That is so true.
That's funny.
Let's see here. Miss Jane said, when listing multiples, I list the number that is one or two less than you think you have, just in case you accidentally miscounted. Miss Jane, I actually do that. I actually always list less than what I have because there are times that either something breaks or I open up one and a package is open or something like that.
We have done the exact same thing that Philly just mentioned and ran out and didn't realize it.
Because I've run out before, if I have multiples, now I do what Miss Jane said. Good advice. Stormy Fines, thank you so very much for the super chat. Making more sales always makes my frustrations go away. Look ahead and not behind you. That is so true. Just don't focus in on that pothole. Look to the end goal. And thank you so very much for that super chat. That is a blessing. If I write a book on my past experiences with the Salvation Army Ding-a-ling Corps, it could be the bestseller in the comedy category. I'm sure you have a few frustrations.
I'm sure.
Yep, you are technically a teacher. How do you deal with it in the ministry? You know what? The cool thing about ministry is same with family. I love each and everybody that God has put in my path to serve. And even when you get frustrated with people that you love, that love helps you get through that frustration. Now, I'm not saying that we're still not frustrated with things in ministry, but a lot of times, a lot of the advice that I'm giving now is the same things that I would do in ministry. Realize that it's rather small. It's not that big of a deal. Just realizing that maybe I need to go focus in and do something different for a minute. That all of this advice is similar advice that I would have, that I would do in ministry. Here's the last one. You want to read it, baby?
It says, do not stare at the anthill. Where did it go?
Right
and it will turn into a mountain.
It's on the screen, baby. It's on the screen. She was staring at the anthill over here.
Over here, and I wasn't.
That's right.
No.
Do not stare at the anthill. It will turn into a mountain. Most of the time, when my frustration level gets to the point that it's like code red, it is because I have stared at that anthill for so long that it had turned into a mountain, that it had gotten so big. Yeah, Chris, you hit it. You preached it, brother. You were there.
Hit the nail on the head.
You hit the nail on the head right before we got to it. But it's so true. When we stare at a problem, a frustration, and reselling, we're big and bad at this. When we have a bad review or we have a crazy question, we just get so hung up on that little bitty anthill that when we keep looking at it, it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until it has become frustration overload, and now it's messed up the rest of our day.
Yeah.
You agree?
I do. I agree. I think, so like I said, sometimes we allow the frustrations to have more power and attention than they really deserve.
Yeah.
So. Case
in point, today I had a little bit of time, and I have an issue with my old 68 Ford F100 that I've named Old Puddin'. If you watch the other channel on restoration, you've probably seen the video that came out today. Boy, I was working, and I thought I had the problem resolved like 3 or 4 times, and it kept coming back. So what did I do? I decided I wanted to accomplish something today. So I'd purchased a little float for the fuel sending unit, and I replaced it, and it worked perfectly well. That made my frustration level drop a little bit. I'm still frustrated. I can't figure out what's wrong.
I like what Brandon says that Chris gave us the fun size version.
Oh my goodness.
Fun size resellers. We got to say hey to Brad.
Hey, Brad. I'm Brad. And my daddy forgot today was Wednesday too. Louis. He thought it was Tuesday.
Hey, Louis.
Hey, Louis. Yeah, my dad thought it was Tuesday. And he's not in here, but he just called me a minute ago. He thought it was Tuesday and wanted me to do something, have a Bible study on Tuesday night. I was like, nope, day's Wednesday, old man. And I pour bleach on my anthills.
Oh, there you go.
We pour grits on them.
Yeah.
They kill fire ants. Y'all didn't know that. Them fire ants eat them grits, and them grits blow up. That's why my belly is big. I eat so much grits too.
Jimmy in the house. Hey. He was just on Thrift Shop Hustlers channel on an interview, Chris's channel. So if you missed it, go back and check that video out because those two guys have some mad knowledge about what they do. Show me pickers. Hey.
What's up?
So
it is so true. Frustration. So let's quickly go through these.
Here we go, preacher.
How do you overcome frustration? Here's the conclusion. As I conclude, how to overcome frustration. Think about the end goal and not the pothole. Allow past experiences to push you forward. Realize the pothole is rather small. Do something different. And 5, do not stare at the anthill. It will turn into a mountain. Do not stare at it. Do not give it all your energy, as NikkiT said, because when you do, it'll get bigger and bigger and bigger until it becomes a problem and your hair falls out and you're mad at your wife and she's mad at you because you're mad at her. The kids are mad at you because you're mad at mama, and mama's now mad at them because you know, it just, man, it can blow up, right?
It can, but it doesn't have to.
I put laundry detergent
on anthills.
And like some clean ants. Ants are clean.
But I mean, maybe some of you all have some different ways that you deal with the frustrations of reselling. I know we've hit on some that's kind of a blanket, take a step back or whatnot. Or maybe you have faced a frustration recently. Feel free to share, put it in the chat. I mean, we're just here to
the cool part of what we try to do on YouTube is that I don't want to come across like we know it all.
Oh, no.
Cause we do not.
Nope.
But I do want to come across is we're in this mess together.
Yeah.
If you're frustrated about something, guess what? As a reseller, we probably done the same thing.
Or somebody in the chat has probably faced or done something very similar to what you are doing or going through. So
yeah. There's so many of us that have been in that same situation. So just know you're not alone. Even Joe said tonight a mistake that he had made, and because of that mistake, he was frustrated in himself. If you're a reseller for a hot minute, you probably have done that same exact thing. You probably have made a mistake that was all your fault, and you're disappointed in yourself, and you got frustrated. Yeah. Richard says, when life gets frustrated, sleep on it.
Yes.
You look at it with a clear picture the next morning.
Yeah.
That's so true. There have been times the Lord has woke me up, and whatever I was frustrated about or whatever problem I had, he gave me a solution, and he gets all the credit. And a lot of times we can hear better when we're not thinking so much about our frustration.
It's about lifting each other up, and I'm thankful I found you both.
Oh, man, we appreciate that. That's what we want to do. We want to be an encouragement to, the YouTube community, the reselling community, the restoration community, the car community. We just want to be that positive force. Not that we are the end all be all, but we don't want to be the drama queens or kings. We don't want to have
no drama llama.
Nope, we don't want to have anything to do with any of that. There's so much drama on YouTube and Facebook and all of this. We get so much drama in life, we don't want to have anything to do with it here on the tubes.
But since we said that, why don't I just go ahead and stir up some drama?
Stir up this drama.
See, we talked about encouragement. Hand me that thing right there, that plastic right there. I need y'all to help me encourage this one to make this look like pudding. We need to hurry up and give this thing away because he keeps trying to take it from me. Because restoration,
I'm frustrated right now.
Restoration has hit already over 4K in subs. This needs to go.
Okay. All right, let me show it. I'm going to take this truck
that into pudding
and make it look like pudding.
Yeah.
I've actually got 6 that I have exactly like that, and I'm going to try to make 6 copies and have a giveaway. I'm probably going to have 5 that I'm going to have a giveaway. I already got an idea of somebody that I'm going to give number 1 to. We actually had somebody that actually just blessed our channel, wrote a check and sent it in the mail, and it was a massive blessing. So we're happy for that. Stephen, I just saw this. Just personal request. Could you say a prayer for me? I lost my mom back in June. This will be the first holiday season without her. Hit me pretty hard. Stephen,
most definitely.
You said that. I lost my granny from COVID this year, and so it'll be first Christmas without my granny's cornbread stuffing, which we love so very much. So, man, we understand that. So let's pray. Father God, I just ask right now, Stephen has sent this request out. Father, I know that there are many that are just like him this year. The holiday season is going to be a little different. Father, those of us that are going to be meeting with our families, Father, there may be those that are missing from our families this year because of death. We know there's so much going on in our country, and Father, I'm even thinking of my granny right now and how I'm going to miss her this holiday season. So, Father God, we just pray that you just allow your comfort, your peace, just to be with Stephen and so many others that are in the same similar situation during this season. Father, we just ask that would be the void that was created, Father God, that you could fill it with your love and your peace and your comfort. We pray this prayer in Jesus' name. Amen. Yeah. So, brother, I appreciate you giving me that opportunity to pray for you and so many others that are going through that similar hard time. Wendy says, when I get frustrated because of an item I sold is missed, I step back, go outside, and ask God to reveal where that item is. Within the next 30 minutes or the next morning, I find the item in front of my eyes. Oh, boy, I've done that Easter egg hunt, too. I sold a little Matchbox car. Maybe it wasn't Matchbox, but a little car, and I knew I could see it with my mind's eye. I just didn't know where that rascal was. I knew what it was around, and when I found it, it was like that lost coin. I mean, I was excited.
Brandon's getting me to get that merch, NikkiT.
That merch.
He's got to send me his little emblem he created so I can get that merch created.
We got to get that going.
Thank you,
everyone,
Richard.
help the channel if you if that thumb's gray. Appreciate that, brother. Still don't have Facebook. Holding strong over here.
That's right.
That's not a bad thing, brother.
No, really, it's not.
Facebook, everything has a lot of good, but boy, it's got some drama too.
Yep.
Stephen, you see a lot of people praying for you
Most
as well,
definitely.
not just me. So
this is an awesome community that's here for support in those ways too. So,
Mr. Sadie, I appreciate you saying that. My granny was 93 years old, maybe 94. She's with Jesus right now. She's in a lot better place in good old Georgia, but we're those of us that are still left here.
COVID hit hard.
Truly
this year.
gonna miss her.
Yep.
Well, y'all, there's so many things that we can get frustrated about, but I think what Stephen said is a great reminder, probably a great way for us to kind of hone in what we're saying on frustration. Sometimes frustrations it's not that big of a deal. There's so many other things in life that are really big deals. And most of the time, those things that we get frustrated on, it just messes us up with everything else. There's been, so just be encouraged that you're not the only one that's going through whatever you're going through, and that other people have been frustrated before as well. So just move forward, allow God to work in and through everything you're doing. And when that happens, I promise you good stuff will follow.
Yeah.
All right, NikkiT, you got anything to add as we think of frustrations, or y'all have any frustrations you want to share?
Yeah.
We talk about questions. We don't have all the answers, but maybe we can find the answers together.
Yeah. Answer questions, ask questions.
Yeah, y'all make it answer some of our questions.
Yeah, but again, we don't know it all. We're learning like everybody else. I would definitely say, most definitely.
Yeah, we're going to start having a class, and we're going to sell.
No, we are not.
We're going to sell this new. Nope, we're not. Yep, we don't have anything for sale here. Most certainly.
Gina says, I don't want to share, but needed to hear this. Thank you. Well, that's perfectly fine. Most definitely. Yep,
I'll be honest with you. Even when I was writing it all down, I didn't want to hear it myself. Robert's Garage.
Hey.
Good to see you. Robert's Garage is from Restoration Channel. Had an opportunity. He's got a YouTube channel too. Yep. Good to see you, brother.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. Mr. Sadie says, my Graham passed last year. She took me to church every Wednesday, twice on Sundays until I was 15. Huge influence on my life. Yeah, we both lost grandmothers this year to COVID. Mine passed a little while before his did. So it's just
been tough.
It's been one of those years this year.
Hey, Mr. Sadie, I've known a lot of people who had drug problems when they were young. Their folks drug them to church every Sunday. So that's not a bad thing. I didn't grow up in the church, but I'm grateful to have found it. Yeah. Most certainly.
Good night.
Good night, Nathan
good night,
and Ashley. Y'all have a good night.
Louis says nothing to sell here now, but lots of love to give at Rivers. Thank you, Louis.
Most certainly.
Hey, Mark. Everyone has a different level of frustration that seems worse than others. Yes.
Yeah, you're right. It's the bad happens when we are frustrated at the same time.
Yeah.
Because we don't have any clear head to say, hold up now, you need to step aside and slow down and chill out or whatever it may be. So those are when fireworks take off, but usually we come around.
But I think that's where we as resellers also need to be a community for one another, is not to judge somebody that may be going through frustrations, but come alongside them and listen to them, and maybe either try to help them through it or point them to somebody who maybe that has faced a similar frustration to kind of help get them through it. Instead of, I know sometimes I've been guilty of kind of judging somebody else's frustration, because to me it wouldn't be frustrating. But just because it's not frustrating to me doesn't mean it's not going to frustrate somebody else.
And even some of the frustrations that we have as resellers, we also know that probably the buyer may be frustrated in those situations as well. They may be dealing, that's me thinking in the minister role, is that sometimes, this illustration, we had a lady at a church that I pastored that was very difficult on men. I'm a pastor, I'm male, she was very difficult on me. And she was very difficult on the pastor before me. And you know what I found out? She had a bad experience earlier in her life with someone that she had trusted. And it was really hard for her to trust men. So y'all know what I did? I loved her, and I still love her to this day. And I reach over, and when I'd get close to her, I'd grab her. This may sound wrong, but it's not. I'd grab her and love on her. And every time I see her now, you know, she tells me she's not a hugger, but I try to get a hug every time I see her. And sometimes people are frustrated, and they can get you frustrated, but sometimes we need to look at it from their perspective, and maybe we wouldn't be as frustrated anymore.
Yeah.
I hope I explained that well.
You followed the rabbit.
Yeah, that rabbit chased around. Richard said it's psychology. Frustration is a common emotional response to opposition related to anger, annoyance, and disappointment. Yes. Yeah, great definition.
Yep, the hardest to love are usually the ones that need it most.
Yep, that is, I don't know who said that, but key lime. Yep, you're right. And those are the ones that, you're right, they're...
I just think too, if to take this and also apply it, like I said, to reselling, is also just, you know, a lot of times it's new people to reselling seem to hit a lot of frustrations because they're still learning. They don't know. I feel like we're still learning. I think there's resellers that have been doing this for years that'll tell you they learn something new every day. But especially as seasoned resellers, to kind of help those new resellers, you know, kind of combat the frustrations. Yeah. Let them know that honestly, the frustrations they're not all the time. They come and they go, and they're not as big of a deal as. And
I think YouTubers can be a part of the problem. Now, let me explain that. I think a lot of times when we make content on those days that we have 40 sales, and we don't make content when we only have 2 sales. So we don't make content when we've made a mistake. We don't make content when we didn't find anything sourcing. We do make content when we fill up our automobile sourcing. So maybe it's good for us as resellers that are on YouTube to share some of those frustrations. Mm-hmm. To share that it's not always peaches and cream, and it's not always rainbows and fluffy puppies. You know, it's not that. So if you look back at my channel, if you look back at some of those, I've tried to share that. Yeah, we've sold a bunch, and I've shared those celebrations, but I've also shared when I stumped my toe and when I messed up. So I think it's wise for us, even in the restoration. I think there's cats that only show the good stuff of what happens when they're working on their automobile. That's not me. I can't do that. I'm going to share the whole experience. Yeah. Today was difficult. I was frustrated, but I did get something accomplished. Yeah. I think it's good to try to get something accomplished.
Because, I mean, frustration is part of
life.
Everything. Life, reselling, any circumstance, you can probably name a frustration of something that you're going to face.
Yep.
So
you are, we are, they are, we all will. So just remember that you're not the only one going through it. Wendy says a lot of resellers are frustrated that fourth quarter is not living up to the hype this year. Yeah. You're right. I think fourth quarter, there's a lot of stuff that is going on that's creating fourth quarter not being what it was
this year.
Yeah. I think people are holding on to their funds maybe a little bit tighter. Yeah. But guess what? That, you know, we'll get this too shall pass. Yeah. This too shall pass.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's another change, but who says the change is necessarily going to end up being a bad thing?
Yep. First quarter next year may blow it out, or second quarter, whenever it may be. Hopefully the last month is going to be good for us. Yeah. 2020 is not living up to the hype. I think we're all over it. You're exactly right. Key lime kisses. I agree with that 100%.
This year has definitely been
different.
A different learning experience of a year.
Stephen Perry said what I had in my notes, possible second shutdown. That is frustrating.
Yeah.
You are so true. Online sales will skyrocket again. Get them board games, get all that ready, because if it comes again, hopefully we'll be able to sell a bunch more. Y'all, we love y'all. We just turned over that hour mark. We thank y'all so very much for hanging out with us. Y'all make our Wednesday night special. And we love chatting with y'all, having a good time hanging out with y'all. We thank you for everything y'all do for us. We hope we can be of some assistance to y'all. If you need anything, of course, hit us up.
Instagram, Facebook.
All of that. We're here for you, and we're grateful y'all are here for us as well. Y'all, we know no way. What is it? We know no way of closing out any of these videos and saying
deuces.
Deuces. Good night, y'all. Deuces.